you're looking for a fun game, look no further than Pokemon Stadium 2. Now this game is very addicting, and it gets even better if you have a transfer pack. Yep, it allows to transfer data from your Game Boy games on to your N64 games, which is pretty gnarly. Once you start, it will show how many controllers you have and what Pokemon games you have in your transfer packs. Once you continue, you get to go to Battle Now, Event Battle, or White City. White City is the place to go though, because that's where you can do everything that's possible in the game. In White City, you can do a whole bunch of things. Fight for trophies in the stadium, fight the gym leaders at the gym leaders castle, play mini games, study in the classroom, or just go for free battles. Right now, I'm going to go for free battles, just to show you the basics of the game. At free battle, you can do any type of battle you want. Basically, you can pick between co-op battles and single player battles. I'm just going to play a battle against the computer. And I'll go for anything goes, since that's pretty much the basic rule of free battle. Once you got everything set up, you can pick your Pokemon. You can pick any that you'd like, as long as it's not legendary. Basically, I sort by the old Pokédex. Some advice I have is to pick multi-type Pokemon, which are Pokemon that have more than one element type. And pick ones that have good moves. Good moves have a high power, but a high accuracy as well, which is very useful. And pick a variety of type Pokemon. Don't just pick all fire or all fighting, because you might run into a Pokemon that it's weak to, and you'll get your ass handed. Once you're done selecting all of your Pokemon, then the next person selects his. If it's a computer player, you get to pick. There are also presets, which are called registered Pokemon. I'm going to pick a preset of assorted Pokemon types. That way, it's fair. Once the Pokemon are picked, the game starts. The computer player in free battle is called Cal. Before the battle starts, you gotta pick what 3 Pokemon you want in play. For anything goes, however, you gotta put all of your Pokemon in play. So, the only important thing is what Pokemon you want to play first. Right now I've chosen Slowbro, considering the majority of Pokemon he has. Once you've selected all of your Pokemon for the battle, the game begins. The first Pokemon picked for each side starts off the battle. This is gonna be a cinch. All you basically have to know is the type matchups. So basically pick the move that the other Pokemon is weak to. For example, if you use a fire move on a water Pokemon, it's not very effective. However, if you use a water move against a fire Pokemon, it's super effective. Also, pick moves with high power and high accuracy, like Fire Blast. It doesn't have a high accuracy, but it is very powerful. However, Surf has a decent power and a very high accuracy, so that means it will hit more often. Once the Pokemon has no strength left, it's considered dead or fainted, since Pokemon doesn't want to be that violent. The user then has to put out another Pokemon to replace it. Now, you can change out Pokemon anytime in the game. I'm going to change out right now, since water is weak to grass, and Oddish is a grass Pokemon. You can play a Pokemon that you have switched out later in the game. You cannot play a Pokemon, however, if it's dead, like Ninetales. As you see, I picked a fire and flying Pokemon Charizard, which has an advantage over grass. Each Pokemon has 4 moves that you cannot change. So pick ones that have good moves. Ouch. I'm doing pretty good. Since Giga Drain didn't work, Oddish will have to use Sludge Bomb, since grass moves aren't very effective against fire and flying Pokemon. Another thing to remember is that sometimes moves can be a critical hit and deal twice the damage as it usually does, so watch out. Even though Gust is a flying move, it does not match Suicune's water type, and has a low power, so it's not the best move to use. But Giga Drain is a grass move, and Venusaur is a grass Pokemon too, so the move is 50% more powerful. Basically, pick moves that match the Pokemon's type. If you switch Pokemon during a turn to one you've already used, make sure its health is in the green zone. Try and refrain from using Pokemon that are in yellow or red zone in health, because the opposing Pokemon is allowed to use its move right after you switch out, so choose wisely. One of my favorite moves is Earthquake because it has a high power and it has 100% accuracy, and it hits even if the opponent is using Dig. But he's no match for Slowbro. Since Rock and Ground are weak to water, Larvitar is gonna get pwned! Self-Destruct is a last resort move. It sacrifices your Pokemon to kill the other. However, it's not very effective against rock and metal Pokemon, so it looks like Graveler's sacrifice was in vain. Vital Throw has to be my most favorite move, because it never misses, and it has more power than Feint Attack and Swift. And as you can see, I've just won the match, only losing one Pokemon. At the end of the battle, it will show what Pokemon have fallen in battle, and how much life they have left. Well, looks like I've ran out of time. But don't worry, there will be a part 2 coming next week. So see you later, and look for me in the Mortal Kombat Blackout forums as Shotty's Man. Thank you, Metal Mittens, for the gift.
I got my sights